Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Sean Anderson, and coming up on this edition of Coach's Corner a little bit later, head football coach Josh Allen will be here from the Ponca City Wildcat football team. And right now we start Coach's Corner with the Ponca City softball coach, the head softball coach. It's Josh Swain. So a couple of Joshes on our program today, and we're happy to have Josh Swain. And my goodness gracious, your softball team, the Pohai Lady Cat softball team, are on a roll. Very, very active lately. And since we spoke last, Bartlesville tournament, you go over there, you're 4-1, you take first place in that tournament. Tell us about that championship game. Skiatook, and really, Skiatook, were they in it at all? I mean, you took the game.
Yeah, the first day of the tournament, we were at a little bit of a disadvantage compared to everybody else. We played all four of our pool play games in one day, so we came back that Saturday a little tired going into that Skiatook game, but we got after them right from the first inning. I think we put up 4 or 5 runs right in the first inning, and we got another great outing from Kelsey Hassenfratz and our defense, and we were able to pull away after the first couple innings.
Now, they won the tournament 4-1. They won. They beat Skiatook in the championship game 10-3. And since then, 4 district games. You've won those 4 games, 2 against Sepulpa, 2 against Putnam City North. Tell us about those games. What are the things that stick out to you?
Yeah, we were, like you said, we played really well in the Bartlesville tournament. We felt like going to Sepulpa, and then we got Putnam City at home. Felt like we had a really good chance of going 4-0. Sepulpa, we got off to a little bit of a slow start in the first game. We're able to pull away late, but pitching and defense kind of limited them, and we got a few runs late, and we're able to pull away. And then Putnam City North, again, we've got the turf. We feel like at home we've got a great advantage against anybody we play in Ponca City. So they came to our place. We beat them 5-0 and 10-0. Kelsey Hassenfratz threw 2 shutouts for us, and the offense backed her up a little bit and put us in a great spot.
Fantastic. And what an exciting trip. The Ponca City Lady Cat softball team traveled together to Colorado to play in a big tournament there, including the playing against the defending Colorado State champions. That's a pretty big deal. And the Lady Cats, they're continuing this incredible role they're on because they not only beat the defending state champions in Colorado, they won that tournament outright. You got to be proud of your team. Tell us about this Colorado trip. This is not just a wonderful showing athletically from your team, but also an opportunity for that team building and bonding, right?
Yep. We took our out-of-state trip last year to Kansas City, had a great time, played really well. We used that time to kind of bond, but Coach Kimbrell and I have been looking for some tournaments in Colorado. I know a few of the girls have been anxious to go back to Colorado since they took a trip there in 2014, and so we found a tournament a little east of Denver and went up there, and we kind of used those first few days to bond and grow together. We took them to Pikes Peak and did some stuff up there, and it was awesome. And so we kind of got that out of the way the first 2 days, and then when Friday morning hits and the tournament starts, it was go time, and we knew that Friday was going to be a really tough day for us. We had Rocky Ford, who was the 3A state champions last year, and we had Brush. Our second game was the team they beat in the state finals also. So we knew it was going to be a really tough road, but we beat both of them 5-3, and took care of business on Saturday and won the tournament.
Wow.
So it was a lot of fun.
Just incredible. Well, now you're watching this. We're actually taping this on Monday the 11th, and so the next 2 games we're going to talk about are games that have already happened, but there is a big game coming up, and the Lady Cat softball team would really love your support for senior night. We'll talk about senior night here in a moment, but first, as we're taping this on Monday, tonight, Broken Arrow, and then tomorrow turning right around with Sand Springs.
Yep.
Can you tell us what you can expect from these games?
Yeah, both of those two we knew coming into the year would be 2 of the top teams in the district. Broken Arrow doesn't have a district loss yet. They've been beating up on people. They actually went to Colorado as well to a different tournament and went 6-0. They're extremely talented, so tonight will be tough. We've been pitching it really well. and swinging the bats well, so I expect it to be a little bit closer game than it was the last time. They got us pretty good in Broken Arrow, so now it's our turn to play them in Ponca. And then Sand Springs came to us about a month ago. It was a really close game, hard-fought game. I think it was 4-1 was the final score, so we're excited about going over there tomorrow as well. I think it's going to be a close one.
Well, we've talked about a lot of different softball games. Let's talk about individual performances. Can you give some shout-outs, some kudos to some of your players? Who sticks out immediately?
We've had all 13 girls on varsity that have been in the game have played extremely well all year. Obviously, Kelsey has some frets. None of this is possible without her, and she just continues to get better as the season goes on. I think she's got 7 or 8 shutouts on the season now and pitching really well. Samantha Elliott has played extremely well at shortstop out of all the infielders that we've seen so far this year through our tournaments and people in the district. She's as good defensively, I think, as we've seen. And we've had some younger players step up too. Our outfield is extremely fast. All of them are extremely talented, but we've had Kaylee Meyer is a sophomore, Madison Terrell's a sophomore, Lydia Stewart's a sophomore, and then Aubrey Jones is a freshman. All of them have kind of been thrown in the mix through our last few tournaments, and then have got some innings in district games as well, and are really starting to grow and mature, and they're playing really well. And then Bailey Johnson is our one senior this year. She's going through a toe injury at the moment, so she's been out the last few weeks, but we're hoping to get her back pretty shortly because she's one of our best infielders, and she's extremely talented as well.
Very good. All right. Well, senior night is coming up on the 18th at the Lady Cat softball field right behind West, out on West Grand. And they'd love you to fill the stands there. Fill the stands and support them on senior night. Tell us about this game. Stillwater, the Pioneers, the Lady Pioneers coming up here to play. This is a big game. It's senior night too. It's something special. You want to see a big crowd.
Yeah, we do. We want to see the stands packed and everybody getting loud and supporting us. Not only is Stillwater a big rival game, and it's a very important district game for us, but it is senior night. We do have one senior that I just mentioned, Bailey Johnson. So we would like to see all the students and all the fans around Ponca City come out and support her and the Lady Cats.
All right, very good. Ponca City Wildcat softball, and Coach Josh Swain, our guest here on Coach's Corner. And is it too early? Is it too soon to start talking about postseason?
It's not. We do have a few district games left. Potentially, if we take care of business against Sand Springs, Stillwater, we've got a chance to finish with a 1 seed. That would mean we'd host our regional here in Ponca City. But by beating Sapulpa and Putnam North, both of those doubleheaders, we have locked up a 2 seed. So we're really excited. We're in a really good spot right now, and if we take care of business, our last few district games will be in a great spot.
Well, they've been taking care of business all season long, and boy, they've really come on strong and been very busy and very successful the last 13, 14 games. Coach Josh Swain, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much
for being on Coach's Corner. And we're back with football coach Josh Allen as Coach's Corner continues right here. This is Ponca City Public Schools, Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. We'll be right back.